Welcome back to the Curiosity Cave for episode 12 of the Exhibit Supply Company cards. Tonight we have Ed Lopat through Eddie Mayo, and there's a Mickey Mantle and an Eddie Mathews and a Roger Maris and a few others in between. Start off with Eddie Lopat, stalwart starter for the Yankees that won 5 straight World Series. Ed got a ring for each of those 5 years. 20-game winner one year. He was 4-1 in the World Series. And his two cards are, the one on the right is the black and white from 1952, and the one on the left is 51, and then again 53 through 56. Peanuts Harry Lowry. As you can see, the card in the middle, it's spelled R-E-Y. That's an error, and that was from 48 and 49. And the card on the left is spelled correctly. With the tan, it's a 51 and 53 card, and then the one on the far right is also a correct version from 1952. It's the gray card. And if you haven't been following the other videos at this time, 52 had the black and white or gray background, and most of the other years in the 50s were the tan background. Next up we have Art Mahaffey, and he has 4 different cards in the set. I have the 3 different stat back versions. The 62 black, 62 red back, and the 63. This one here, it's a 62 stat back. Or 63. This is a 62 red stats. And 62 black stats. Art Mahaffey, Philadelphia Phillies. Sal the Barber Magley. He was on the 54 Giants team that won the World Series. And he was second in Cy Young and MVP in 1956. He spent that year on 2 different teams. And the difference between these two, one says printed in USA, one says made in USA. Made in USA is from 53 through 57, and the one on the right is 1958, printed in USA. Hank Majeski. Hank has these 3 versions of the exhibit cards. The one on the left is from 47 through 51. One in the middle, you can't really tell, but if you look closely, you can tell it's a dark border from 51. And then the one on the right, Hank Majeski, is the black and white from 1952. Frank Malzone of the Boston Red Sox has like 6 different cards in the exhibit set, and that's including the pinhole version I have in the middle. And I've got, that one is the blank back, and the blank back, that one is from 1960. Here's a 62 black stat. And 63 stat back. All the 63 stat backs are in red ink. That's Frank Malzone. And here's Mickey Mantle, of course. He has 11 different versions and 3 different poses. Here's the 2 different poses that I have. The one on the far left is the one that came from my dad's collection, and that is from about 1958. And then you get where you can see where the C and the K are connected. Same with the one, I'll move this guy over, the one next to it, but that says printed in USA. So that one's from 1958. The one that my dad had is from 55 through 57. Then the one where the C and K are not connected, that's the black and white version, and that's 1960. And then you get into the batting with the pinstripes. In the stat, I have 62 black stats. The blank back. And the blank back is from 64, 65, 66. So there's two different poses printed in 1966. The other one was a portrait, and that's the one portrait I don't have. The one version of Mickey I don't have. And this, of course, is a 63 stat back. There's plenty of different Mickey Mantles out there. But I have at least one card of Mickey, and just got to get what you can find and what you can afford. The portrait version was only printed in 66, and that thing goes for, $1,000 or more in low condition. So when I see one and the time is right, maybe I'll pick it up. We'll see. Marty Marion, shows him here in a St. Louis Browns uniform. And the card on the left was printed in 1953, and the card on the right is black and white, made in USA from 1962. Here we have the other M&M player, Roger Maris. I have 2 of his 4 cards. Here's the 62 black stat. And of course, the good thing about the 62, it shows 61 home runs in 61. And this is the 63 red stat, or 60, of course they're all red in 63. So I need one more stat and a blank back one. Then I've got the Roger run. Willard Marshall, pictured here with the New York Giants. It's a pretty cool Giants logo on his arm there. Almost looks like New York Mets. And he did play with the Giants for quite a few years. And these are his only 2 cards. And the one on the right here has an exhibit card on it. And that means that is from 1949, and the other one doesn't have an exhibit card, so was only printed in 1948. Here we go with Eddie Mathews. There are 6, 7 different Eddie Mathews cards. I have 4 different. The first one is from 54 through 58. The unique thing about that card, his name's spelled wrong. And another unique thing is printed in USA is all capital letters. The other cards have just the P capitalized. And then here's the Blackback 62. And the Redback 62. And the final one, 1960. And you can see the printed in USA on these, just the P is capitalized. And the word in isn't capitalized either. Ed Mayo, only card in the series. This was printed in 1948. He took second in the MVP voting in 1945 to his teammate Hal Newhouser. You may have heard of him. But he must have been key to the Tigers winning the pennant. Snuffy Sternweiss had an awesome year and he took third. So that'll do it for episode 12. Episode 13 we'll kick off with Willie Mays. So thank you all for those of you that are watching this, and looking forward to doing more. I learn something every time I do this. Thank you very much.